hand you over to Martin Bell. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic occasion. Amazing vehicles. The chief stars are yourselves, so thank you. Secondly, remember those who lost their lives. So we should live in a free and peaceful country. I declare this revival open.
When we started the Southwark Revival in 2014, we had no idea it would grow to become the enormous success that it has. People come from far and wide, re-enactors appear from nowhere, military vehicles, classic cars, vintage cars just appear on the streets as if by magic. It's quite extraordinary. It's gained a momentum of its own. And the main beneficiary of the Southwark Revival funds every year is SAFA. Now, the Soldiers, Sailors, Air Force Family Association is a wonderful charity. It's the oldest service charity in existence. Of course, we have to remember why we started the Southwark Revival in 2014, and that was the year that was the 70th anniversary of D-Day. D-Day is at the heart of the village of Southwark, really. The D-Day map is in Southwark House, and that again, it remains there in the position that it was in 1944 when General Eisenhower said, "Okay, let's go." So D-Day was the 6th of June 1944. This whole area was filled with troops, with tanks, with machines of war, all about to launch for Normandy. So there's a huge legacy in Southwark linking us to 1944 and to D-Day in particular. But there's so much else going on in the village. We have military historians who give talks in the event marquee, the military vehicles on the recreation ground, and include some very, very rare period military vehicles, all pre-1945 of course. The Squire's Paddock is where the vintage fun fair is established for the weekend, and that's also where the cadets do their field gun runs and the field gun challenge and battle it out for the presentation trophy at the end of the weekend. The marching bands, the Horndean Band, play up and down the high street and on the village green. Singers entertain. The village school is turned back into the 1940s schoolroom. Now it's really firmly fixed in the calendar of 1940s events in the area in the south of England, and it really brings together the whole community of Southwark because it is a wonderful backdrop. It's a very natural backdrop. The village has changed very little, being in private ownership. Changed very little since 1944. It is the most wonderful place, and people come because of that and because of what we've managed to lay on to entertain them and educate them through the day. So there's a great diversity of activity over the weekend. The D-Day Memorial Hall is turned into a 1940s tea rooms. The two pubs and the village shop are all providing food. It's a great community effort and it's enjoyed by several thousand people now.
So it gives me enormous pleasure to welcome Martin Bell to talk to us in the event marquee today.
You see, now I'm so old, I had a nasty fall in November and I've now joined the list of historical speakers. The tie that I wear is a tie of the Southwark Regiment. One of my few real distinctions in life is that I am the youngest old soldier of the Southwark Regiment. I had to be because just after my demob, it amalgamated with a rather lesser outfit from Norfolk, and they're now the Royal Anglians. The letters I sent home from active service in Cyprus from 57 to 59 were kept in a chocolate box by my mother, and I found them 5 years ago, miraculously still there, and I'm presented with this image of myself as a 19-year-old conscript on active service, trying and failing to deal with a rebellion by the Greek Cypriots. It was I wrote a book on the basis of it, which is called The End of Empire. I spent 3 years at King's College, Cambridge, but the best education I ever had was in the ranks of the British infantry. I say in the ranks because, unlike so many of you here, I spectacularly failed the initiative and intelligence tests of the War Office Selection Board. Wow. And the brigadier in Westby in Wiltshire was suspicious I could be quite so stupid, so he ordered me to take them again. And I took them again, and I failed them.
we know that the invasion armada could be very vulnerable to this kind of weather front coming in. It would destroy many of the landing craft and defeat the invasion. And actually, when we look back, it's not the Germans that is our major enemy, it's the weather. So Eisenhower has a hugely important decision to make on Sunday the 4th of June. Do I delay, he's already delayed once to the 5th of June, but he needs that sort of 48-hour window because of all the ships sailing in the channel. Do I delay again? Do I delay for another fortnight because that's the next window when everything would be right in terms of moon, weather, tides and so on?
We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Hi, I'm Amy Mannering, also known as Dolly from Dolly's Beauty Parlour. Welcome! Absolutely love this event. We're here to make everybody glamorous for the occasion by offering victory rolls and all the hairdos and makeup and selling some lovely beauty products for those discerning ladies who would like to wave their soldiers in style.
Wrap in, sway back, sway forward. Sway back, sway forward.
name is Amy Baker and I am a 1940s and 50s jazz and swing singer. I was recommended, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, to sing at the Southwark Revival. I was contacted by the Golden Lion, and from there I was booked to sing, and they've booked me every year since, luckily, so I'm very happy to be here, and yeah, I love singing here.
Under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. I don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me.
Don't forget to wake me in the morning and bring me round a nice hot cup of tea.
Hi, I'm Betty from the 1940s Tea Room. We're just having a look around Southwick Village. Absolutely amazing.
We need to remember the people of D-Day, the landings and the people who died, and it's important to celebrate their lives. Today we came last year and it was fabulous. We do a bit of swing jiving, love a bit of dressing up. So
We've come up to Southwark today to see what's going on. There's lots and lots of things around us, lots of interesting things, lots of history. Come along and see, it's vibrant, it's a fantastic day.